Anytime.
What's up, Amari?
Yeah, I want to start like, want to do an interview first or what? We could do one, do it.
Yeah.
How you do like that? All right.
Have we got a towel?
Hey, Devin, my name's Al from Natural.
Oh, okay.
Ed and
Okay.
Anthony sent me over.
I met you before.
Couple
Right?
times.
Yeah,
Good to see you.
The chain.
You wrap the hands, Ben?
Yeah.
Just, can you talk to us at all about just how his skill set is blossoming heading into this fight?
Natural progression. People forget he turned 23 the other day. Like, no exaggeration. With the focus on the right areas, he 100% has the potential to become the pound-for-pound best boxer in the world.
What makes you say that in terms of just what you see?
I just think, like, when you take into context how good he is currently and how much room for improvement there is, a lot of the time you can quickly see a ceiling on a fighter's potential. With Devin, like, for him to be where he's at and how much room for improvement there is still, which is a positive, crazy, ridiculous.
We just saw a Crawford fight have a great performance over the weekend. Do you think he's on pace to have an even superior skill set to even what someone like a Terrence Crawford has?
Yeah, we're talking Canelo Alvarez, Floyd Mayweather level.
That highest caliber.
Yeah.
What does he have to do to get there?
Focus on the right areas. Focus on the right areas and keep the love for the game. Like, Devin loves boxing. He loves coming to the gym, loves working out, loves improving. He's part of the 1% club, desperate for any 1% improvement he can make. And as long as he keeps that mentality, he'll get there.
What kind of asset do you feel you've been to him so far in camp? You know, obviously Bill, still captain.
That's a question
right.
for Devin. I can't answer that.
I was going to ask him before I will when he gets back. But
Then, what ways do you feel Devin's improved since you started working with him?
Just the natural progression in every area, I think. Work with myself, work with the other coaches that he works with. Physically maturing, which just comes with age. I think he looks stronger, which isn't to do with me. I don't do a strength conditioning. So just, like I said, he's the type of character that has that. He's part of the 1% club. He's looking for 1% improvements everywhere he can. So naturally, you're going to keep progressing, and I think he's progressed in every single area.
Ben, we spoke the other day, and I said it. I feel like seeing you in camp with Devin, he always looks to you and respects a lot of what you say. Why do you feel that is? I mean, obviously having, his dad and having Mickey and other coaches and stuff like that, why do you feel like he always looks to you, after sparring during training, just little things that you see?
I think he looks, everybody that he's got in the team, he looks at for advice and takes advice from them, appreciates their advice and values it, of course. So it's, that's why he's got people on the team, so that, he obviously values them, values everybody.
what's it like for you working with an American fighter? And the scene change and all that.
Nothing to do with Devin being American. It's exactly what I said there about him being part of the 1% club. When you work with someone that is in love with the game and is desperate for those 1% improvements, can't ask for anything more. Makes it a pleasure.
Devin, we just got done asking here, and it seems like in the eyes of Ben, you could be part of that pound for pound #1 You know, he's mentioned you with Floyd Mayweather. He said it the other night after the Crawford and Crawford and Porter fight. He said it here today. What are your thoughts when you hear things like that? I mean, obviously, you know what the work you put in, you know what you have, but to hear it from a coach who's worked with pound-for-pound fighters.
I mean, it's a great compliment, and I appreciate it. But at the end of the day, I got to go in there and I have to apply it. I got to still, you know, work and, you know, work towards it. Of course, I want to prove him right. And, you know, he's an expert at the game. He knows what he's talking about, but I still got to go in there and apply it, and that's what I'm going to do.
Devin,
What kind of?
how do you feel Ben has improved you since you started working with him as a fighter?
In many different ways, but you just got to see December 4th, honestly. It's going to show improvement even from the Linares fight to this fight. I think even from before the Linares fight, I showed improvement from the Gamboa to Linares fight. So then you're going to see from the Linares to the JoJo Diaz fight, you're going to see just a lot of improvement.
Devin, what did you learn from the Linares fight? You know, when you go back and reflect on that experience.
Being in the ring with Linares, I was running up rounds so easy. It was much easier than I thought it would be. So I kind of fell asleep in there. I got a little lax, and that's what happens when you get lax in the fight game. You know, Linares hit me with a good shot and it woke me up. And now, you know, I learned that you can be running up rounds easy, but it's still a fight. You got to fight to round 1 to round 12.
Obviously, you never want to get caught with those shots, but the best in the world have been caught with those shots. You know, Floyd Canelo. Do you feel that just showed, you know, that you can take a punch and that you can prevail and face adversity in those fights?
Of course. I definitely feel like it showed that I could take a punch. You know, they say now these days, they say I got a glass jaw or something like that. But at the end of the day, he hit me right on the chin, and I might have been hurt, but he didn't put me down, and he didn't come in the next round and knock me out. So, I mean, it shows how good my chin actually is. I took one of the best punchers in the lightweight division that has knocked guys out with one shots. He's showed that he can finish. He showed that he can do it all. He showed that he had power, and I took his shot on the chin, and I came out the next round, and he hit me even more in the next round, and it didn't do anything. So it just showed that I can take a shot. But it is what it is. You know, they can say what they want to say. It is what it is.
After that fight, you tweeted that people never satisfied. You were going for the wrist. You wanted the stoppage in that fight.
Yeah.
Even though you were dominated. How do you tune out the critics and just stay on the path?
At the end of the day, hey, can somebody close that door? It's getting cold in here. They're gonna say whatever. At the end of the day, if I would have went in there and I boxed 12 rounds clean, beat Linares, never got hurt, then they're gonna say, well, he never went for the stoppage. He doesn't take chances. Then I go in there and I'm boxing him for 9 straight rounds, and I see him breaking down. I see him slowing down. I try to put my foot on the gas. Got a little bit lazy in the process, and then they say, oh, he has a glass jaw or whatever. But some people did appreciate, you know, me going for it, and they saw me breaking Linares down. So I mean, some people they value it, some people they don't. But they're always going to say something.
Yeah,
Do you feel like the Linares fight made you a meaner fighter?
I wouldn't say a meaner fighter. I feel like you got that mean streak or whatever the case may be, or you don't, and I just feel like it's in me. But you know, some fights bring it out of you. Some fights, you know, you may not have to show that side.
Do you feel like you show your chin with that punch? Because typically when a fighter is truly hurt, they
Recording
go down,
in progress.
You walk to your corner and resume the next rounds.
Yeah, you know, some fighters they go down. Some fighters they get hit with a good shot and they take a knee because you know they know that they're hurt and they don't want to risk actually being hit with another clean shot. But I went back to the corner, came back out, and it is what it is. Well, whether they say that I was wrong for tying up or not, at the end of the day, we finished the fight, we got the job done, and we on to the next.
It seems like, you know, despite what happened there, that it just seems like you're still going to be pressed in this fight to not just win rounds, but light him up. Is that right?
It's crazy that it's like I said, that's another case that it's never going to be enough. If I go in there and I just beat JoJo Diaz, just clean, 12 rounds, won every round, then they're going to say, oh, yeah, it was good, but it wasn't good enough. Then if I go in there and knock him out early, then we got to see. Well, we don't know what they might say. They may say he was too small. They may say he wasn't worthy enough to be in the ring or whatever the case. Yeah, right. Exactly. So they always gonna say something, but I just gotta keep beating whoever they put in front of me. And what I want to do in this fight is beat JoJo Diaz worse than he's ever been beat. He's been beat by one time by by Gary Russell, and I want to beat him more cleaner, more better than anybody has.
Yeah, how much of that is you though? Like, you know, it's the fans, they want you to press, but how much of it is just you? You like letting your hands fly and putting combinations together.
Yeah. At the end of the day, like I said, I always want to beat my opponent the best way possible. But some ways is outboxing them and not letting them land anything clean, which I could have done with Linares, but I didn't. I wanted to get the stoppage. I knew that he had been stopped in all his previous losses. But it is what it is. You know, they're always going to say something, and I came to my senses that it is what it is. Go in there and do what I do, and if they say something, they do. If they don't, they don't.
What did
just last week,
JoJo say to you in the face-off? You kept saying, "Don't get mad, don't get mad."
My team was talking to him, and he was like, he started talking to them. He told him something like, that he'll fuck him up or something like that. Church was in his head. She told me he'll fuck him up, and so I told him that you're not gonna do shit to him. And then he was like, started getting mad. Like I seen his like eyes like quenching and shit like that. And so I just told him, don't get mad. Like, you know, it's me and you in there. Don't worry about them. Don't let them get in your head. But it obviously.
Are you a fighter who talks like when you in the under the lights? Do you talk a little trash to your opponent?
See, so like before this, I never really had an opponent that really talked that much. Like, but I knew that JoJo Diaz, he was talking to me a lot on Twitter. He was talking like real heavy on Twitter. So I thought he was going to keep that same energy when we saw each other. But when we got in front and face to face, it wasn't that same. I'm not saying that he was scared or nothing like that, because honestly, I don't believe that fighters like are scared. Like once a fight is already made, I don't think that a fighter is scared of another fighter or nothing like that. Because at the end of the day, we both gonna step in that ring and we both gonna do what we do. This is what we do. So yeah, but it just wasn't the same. So it kind of threw me off guard when you really wasn't talking that much.
Do you think maybe fighters aren't necessarily scared of a fighter, but scared of the moment, right? Because sometimes they step into those bright lights, biggest moment of their career. Do you think that could be possible?
I think, on the come up. But when you're already at the top, like, you know, you pretty much been there, done that. I feel like a fighter like JoJo Diaz, he went to the Olympics. He's been at the top. Maybe not at the peak, but he's been at the top. He's been in big fights. He's been on big stages. So I just don't feel like, you know, like he really like is scared or nothing like that.
I gotta ask, you just turned 23 last week. You know, once again, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Gotta ask though, do you notice any different, or could you see yourself, you know, just from 22 to 23, like the progression and the growth that you've made at such a young age, being one of the biggest names in the sport?
Yeah. You said from 22 to 23?
Yeah, I mean just in general, but just in this last year.
Yeah, obviously, I'm just maturing like every single day. Like, you know, just my mindset is different. Even in the ring, I feel like my grown man strength coming in. Like, I really like genuinely do feel that. And I used to like work super hard, like, you know, doing like strength and conditioning and stuff like that, and, you know, wondering why like my power wasn't like as strong as, and I knew that I worked harder than a lot of these guys, but they were older and more mature than me. So and that's what I'm seeing in this camp, that like, you know, I'm still working hard, like doing strength and conditioning to be ready to be strong for 12 rounds, but like my power is just naturally there this camp. It doesn't take much. Like my sparring partners, I've been hurting every single one of them. Like I think I counted it up. Like it was like 6 or 7 guys this camp that actually hurt through the camp. So it's not even taking like much.
You know, he's a southpaw, Diaz is, and everyone, you know, knows your jab is a great weapon. They say sometimes it's harder to get that jab off when fighting a southpaw. How do you think that all plays out?
I mean,
shakes
you know,
out.
We got a good game plan for JoJo Diaz, and you guys got to just see how I apply it. You know, you guys got to see my style against the southpaw. I only fought one southpaw, I want to say, in my pro career so far. So this is gonna be our first time seeing me fight a southpaw.
Devin, this is MGM Grand Garden. I mean, this is the mecca of boxing. You live in Las Vegas. What does it mean to be headlining a card there at 23 at this stage of your career?
This is a dream come true for me. This is something that I've always dreamed of. Me living here in Vegas, I always dreamed of fighting at the MGM Grand, and I swear I never thought that this year would come this fast, but like it's here, and now it's finally time for me to like really perform and show that I belong here and I'm here to stay.
How's it feel? This is the first card that you've headlined with, full attendance in over 2 years.
Yeah.
With full attendance in over 2 years. What's that mean to you to be able to close out the year strong and put on a performance? One of the biggest fights of the year. Closing out 2021.
It feels great to have full attendance because on the first day, I think we sold 3,000 tickets
on the pre-sale.
Yeah, on the pre-sale. So, man, it's gonna be packed in the MGM Grand, and I can't wait. I'm excited for it.
Devin,
But this
as far
camp,
as the mental, what do you do to prepare your mind when you go in that ring?
at the end of the day, like, this is something that I do. It don't really take, like, too much, like, overthinking it or whatever the case may be. Like, we prepared 8 weeks for this, and I know what I'm up against at the end of the day. I mean, you never know until you actually get there, until you actually get to the MGM Grand, and you can say that you experienced it. But this is, I'm ready for it.
You let it be known that you want Lopez next when you guys get past both your fights. I feel like, we've asked you about that fight all year because all the delays, but what is your final prediction for that fight Saturday night, Devin?
I don't know, like, it's something in Lopez. I haven't really, like, it's just something different in him, this fight. I haven't seen, like, the same type of, like, focus type thing, and, like, I don't know. I think he having, like, weight issues or something like that. But I don't know. I could be wrong. We got to see. But I don't know. I just see something different in him. I don't know.
If it's his last fight at lightweight because the weight issues, like you said, and they will do the fight at 140, would you be willing to do that at 140, or it's got to happen?
Yeah, but see, like, all right, so now y'all see him and my dad shook on it. He said, I'm going to be the next guy. We next. We're going to make the fight happen. Everybody saw it. It was all over social media. And then all of a sudden, he's saying that now he want to fight Josh Taylor. He's swearing that he's going to fight Josh Taylor next. Like, him and his dad make up shit as they go along. They say something in this interview, something in that interview. I know y'all don't believe these lies. Like, I know that y'all listen to them and y'all be like, he's full of shit.
Earlier today.
What about February, when they talk about February? Has to be the quick turnaround date.
Yeah, he's fucking nuts. The dude is crazy. He literally makes up lies as he goes, and y'all be all over the place following them, listening to what they say.
If you beat JoJo, will you petition with the WBC?
When I beat JoJo, petition. What you mean petition?
Like petition, like for example, like Eddie Hearn today with Demetrius Andrade and Charlo, he petitioned to make him mandatory for the title shots. Like, yeah, you have the portion of the belt, you can do the same thing.
I mean, I don't got no portion of the belt. I got the motherfucking belt. But
South Florida.
But we don't want to see Teofimo from Florida.
I thought he's from New York.
Nah, he ain't from New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, what's up?
Teofimo.
We know they saying everything, but let's fight. Let's go.
Oh, you be watching that? You watch for real?
Believe that.
Teofimo not from New York. Teofimo
I know
from
he's
Florida.
from Florida. I know he's from Davie Powell.
Yeah, he from. Come on, I've been knowing Teofimo. I know Teofimo originally as Gordo. He been going as Gordo. He from Florida. He ain't from goddamn New York.
I'm glad you said it. I tell him all the time.
Devin, I gotta ask. Just earlier today, Teofimo was asked to rank his top 5 lightweights.
He put me last, right?
He put you at number 5. Behind Comey, behind himself and Lomachenko. And Gervonta Davis.
That's what he's supposed to say, though. He's supposed to say that he beat the best guys, and I'm last on the list. That's what he's supposed to say. But like I said, man, if y'all keep following Teofimo and what he say, y'all gonna be all over the place. He gonna tell you one thing, because at one point he said that I was the next best, but he just say anything and everything. And if he truly believed that I was the worst on the list, right, or the least best, whatever, right? If say the shoes was on the other foot and they were saying I was saying I was undisputed and the world was disputing it, which so means I'm not undisputed. You can't question Josh Taylor being undisputed, can y'all say?
Yeah.
Can y'all question?
He's the guy.
Can y'all question Canelo being undisputed?
No.
All is it some question, which everybody has their own opinion about it, but is it question about Teofimo being undisputed?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right.
when you
So,
go on the WBC
there's dispute.
website,
It's dispute.
When you go on the
Canelo
WBC
is known
website-
as the sixth undisputed champion. They don't list Teofimo at all.
Exactly. So it's the proof is there. But if, like I said, if the shoe was on the other foot, then I would say if this guy is so bad, you know, he's the worst on the list. He's worse than Comey. I knocked out Comey in fucking first or second round. I beat Lomachenko. Let me just go ahead and knock him off real fast,
check.
and it would be no more dispute. My name will be in the history books forever.
But champ, he said that already. He said he was going to knock you off. He said there was nowhere else for you to go. He said the next fight after Cambosos was going to be you.
That's what he said,
Ain't
right?
that what he said?
That
Did he
is-
not say that, y'all?
Yes.
I heard him say
Yep.
that too. So
Ain't no motherfucking where to run or hide.
Devin, how you feel you stack up with Gamboa, Linares, now JoJo, as far as your resume at 23? When you look at your peers, how you feel as far as the competition?
As of this year, nobody has fought tougher opposition on paper. Teofimo he's running with the Lomachenko shit. He hasn't fought in a whole year, and he keeps talking about what he did to Lomachenko. Yeah, and I can't take nothing away from, you know, he won the fight fair and square. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, I'm taking former world champion after former world champion, and these guys just aren't doing it.
Just as a, you know, little technical teaser, if that fight ever happens, just how important would your jab be in dictating range, all that, pace?
At the end of the day, you know, me and my team gonna put together a great game plan for him, but he remembers what happened in that sparring, and that's all I gotta say. He remembers exactly what happened in that sparring, and I damn near wish I didn't even spar him, because I feel like the fight would have been made already if we never sparred. And it is what it is.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, shit, read between the lines if you can.
Dev, just moving on to the other guy too, Gervonta fighting the night after you. People are gonna, after they watch you two fight, they're probably gonna just dream of you two fighting. How do you see that fight going with Cruz the night after yours?
Honestly, I don't know much about Cruz, but obviously I know that Tank is a dog. You know, he's shown it time and time again. I don't know much about Cruz, so I can't really tell you, like, give you a good breakdown of the fight, because I don't really know much of him.
He comes forward, tries to put pressure on.
I feel like
That's a tough way to beat Tank, ain't it?
Yeah, I'm about to say, I feel like that's. I know that he's really short, and he's taking the fight on short notice. So I mean, the odds stack against him. It goes in Tank's favor, and it is what it is.
What do you think of Tank's caliber of opposition?
I mean,
Tank's career is Tank's career.
yeah, exactly.
We'll whoop everybody on Tank.
No, but we're talking about
resume.
you had the strongest
That's what
resume
you
of the
want to
year,
hear.
so we are talking about in comparison to Tank and Tio.
I don't think that's open for interpretation. It's not open for opinion. That's facts.
Exactly. And like I said, this year, nobody has fought better opposition than me this year. I've been taking guy after guy, and I'm beating whoever they put in front of me. I'm not turning down. No one in the world can say that I turned down a fight with them, or you know, I questioned it. You can ask Eddie Hearn. Every guy that they ever, you know, every fight he tried to make, I said let's do it.
Devin, you got any thoughts on your trainer Mickey Bay fighting Tevin Farmer coming up in 2022?
I would love for that fight to happen. Tevin Farmer is my boy. Mickey Bay is one of my coaches, and I never like find it like as a disrespect or anything like that when another guy wants to fight you. So if I was Tevin, I don't think Tevin is taking it that way or nothing like that. But at the end of the day, you know, they both can make money. It's a huge opportunity for the both of them. Mickey Bay has a name. Tevin Farmer has a name. I think that it's a great fight. It aligns well. And if they both can make money and be on a big platform, why not make the fight? You know. And Tevin Farmer is my guy. I have nothing against him. I have nothing bad to say about him. But it's good for boxing.
Oh yeah, champ. I told him, you know, ain't nothing personal.
Yeah, nah.
Get in, dog, get out, and this is why I wanted to fight him too. He fought his opponent now. See, my mind is on JoJo right now. I can't think of nobody else but JoJo. But he fought him last, and he a southpaw. So I said, fuck it. I want some real smoke. If I'm gonna get 1 or 2 in, I don't want no easy fights. I'm gonna come in, dust Tevin off, And then, you know, probably get 1 or 2 more in. I'm gonna let Bill Haney, you know, he gonna put it together, and we gonna work on Tevin and let the champ take over for a decade plus.
I think you might have gotten him excited, Devin. Seeing you fight all the time.
I think that it's a good fight to make. I would love to try to make it happen. Tevin is interested in it, and Nick is interested in it. So we'll see.
Got lots of speed in that fight.
But you know, our main focus right now is JoJo Diaz. You know, I can never take no opponent lightly. I know they all coming, you know, to you know, knock off everything that me and my dad have built up to this point. So I'm 100% ready for that.
Talk to us about the undercard. I mean, obviously you're at the top of it, headlining at the MGM, but you have a great undercard. Montana Love coming off of a phenomenal performance on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Jessica McCaskill, 2-division, current undisputed welterweight champ. You know, what are your thoughts on, you know, not just are your fans going to come out, but you're going to have obviously those Ohio fans, those Chicago fans come out. I'm sure you must be excited for that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for the whole event and you know, my fighter Amari Jones, he gonna be on the card as well.
Back there somewhere.
I think this would be what I think this is the second card of mine that he's on. So I'm excited. I'm so excited for it. It's gonna be a fun night of boxing for me and my team.
How do you like putting on your promoter hat? You know, obviously you have a few fighters young fighters that are under Devin Haney Promotions.
Yeah.
You know, how do you feel being young yourself, but being able to do things your way and you call the shots, and like you say, you don't work for anybody, you work with Eddie and things like that.
Yeah, see the difference between me, these guys, they say they have that they're promoters and they just make up a name or they use their name and they put promotions behind it, which they're not real promoters. They really they're not real. They don't have real co-promotional deals like I do. But you know, this is something that we've built, and it is what it is. Nobody's doing it. They could say that they're doing it, but I think the only person that was actually doing it was Mikey Garcia. I think that was the only person that was actually legitimately doing it.
Dev, I once saw you and Terrence Crawford square each other up in Texas.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on that fight? And when you look at a fight like that, as far as, you know, people are bestowing pound for pound crown on Crawford, do you measure yourself and see, you know, how far away am I from that? Like,
Yeah. I mean, of course, I know that I'm gonna be there one day. You know, but we just taking it fight by fight. Right now, JoJo Diaz is my main concern. Beat him, look good doing it. Beat him in the best way possible, and then you know we go from there. We're just gonna keep adding guys onto the resume, and before you know it, I will be at the top of that pound for pound list.
And what was your thoughts on the fight?
The fight. Crawford, he did very good of making adjustments. You know, first he was looking like a little shaky. You know, Sean was giving him a little bit of problems, but he started hitting the body, and that's when all the counters and everything started coming behind that. I feel like he did a great job.
Devin, America is looking for a face of boxing. Do you feel like you could be that guy?
Yeah, I feel like I will be America's guy for the face of boxing. But it all takes with me fighting these guys, the so-called top guys. We all got to fight each other, and that's what I'm looking forward to.
And lastly, Dev, just how much of a speed advantage do you feel like you're going to have in this fight and in most of your fights?
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna have a speed advantage in all my fights. I think I just was born with just speed, natural speed, yeah.
Fastest guy in the division.
Yeah, for sure.
Best skills in the world. Best fighter in the world. Best skills in the world.
Impeccable.
I know you was thinking it. I said it.
You all know he's the fastest man alive. You're going to see it as 1 star at the MGM Grand Garden. That part. Top choice Rolls-Royce, December 4th. To the floor, go JoJo. Lord Devin Haney will tame it. Bass hands, fight plan from that Bay Area, San Francisco, Oakland. Diaz is in trouble. 1 star at the MGM Grand Garden.
Have a book. That book's gonna be on the table. Make sure you grab one before you leave. That's gonna be on the table.
Did y'all ask Teofimo Lopez what the fuck what that interview meant? What he was talking about? I'm talking to you.
Which I didn't see.
Where's the other guy from Florida?
Right here.
Where's, Did you ask Teofimo Lopez what that interview when he said fuck everybody?
Which one?
The latest interview.
I didn't see it.
What'd he say,
Oh,
Bill? What'd he say,
bullshit.
Bill?
Oh, bullshit. He said something about, did you see it?
Wait, what did he say? What did he say?
Because I know you've been busy and I don't want to say
What did he say? What did he say?
bullshit,
What did
'cause
he say?
says shit all the time.
I know he tell lies. He tell lies.
He said he's a liar. I know. He said he's going up to 140 pounds, and he said, fuck any of your fans, any of the reporters. He said, fuck all of them. What do y'all think about what he said? Trap side, what do you think about him saying, fuck everybody, that's asking for the number 7, which is the lucky number 7, his number 7, undisputed. There's nowhere else for the guy to run to. We're 1 week apart, right? And now let's not start getting quiet and talking and shit like that. When he had Richard Comey, he was talking loud about Lomachenko, right? He said at 135, he said that he had to have he couldn't make it because he had to have a baby. Did he not have his baby? And he's still at 135, right?
For this fight, yep.
This is the fight that people want to see, man. And it's one rare time that 2 kids are on the rise and they're on the brink of superstardom, and only thing is to stand in the way is each other. It's a perfect opportunity for Devin Haney and a perfect opportunity for Lopez and the Lopez family and the Haney family. This is historical that 2 guys of their kind of magnitude can be the deciding factor in number 7 and undisputed. I hear you, but we need the pressure on the Lopezes after this. Because listen, our work is done. We could have been talking about JoJo Diaz till we come home. Our work is done. We ready to whip JoJo Diaz ass and on to the next one. No disrespect.
Bill, what if they are talking about, okay, it can happen at 140 then? Is the fight, you still take the fight?
They're
at
lying. You
140?
go back to the Fred Barbershop conversations where he said that they're going to meet up and they're going to meet up for everything.
I mean,
You know what I mean?
That
So you
makes
cut
the
that
most
chicken
sense.
out your diet, you cut that beef and them pork sandwiches, you stop drinking and doing anything that you shouldn't be doing, you make 135 and we get it on in 2022. Yeah, y'all put the pressure on him. Tell him to stop. You laughing, but you tell him to stop coming, get out them bushes. I told them bitches come out the bushes, and I meant them. Are you one of them bitches I'm talking about? Are you okay then? Okay, well you let them bitches know come out the bushes.
Let me ask you then, are you going to petition for the WBC?
We can't petition. We the world champions. You know what it is. You know as the franchise. Ain't no just in black and white. You go look up the franchise designation, and you know what that means. The franchise designation means that you petition if you want to do it. Now, if you don't want to do it, let's sit down like gentlemen and bosses. You got the youngest boss in the game, Devin Haney, and make this shit happen.
I'm with it.
You say you with it. All right. Well, you with us then?
I'm a boxing
Yeah,
fan.
okay. I thought you was on some other shit.
I'm a boxing fan.
I thought you was on some other shit. Hey, listen, and shout out to Champ Side, who told us to coin the phrase that Devin always says. They say everything except fight.
Amen.
You know what I mean? Get it now. Yeah.
What does that mean?
DevinHaney.com.
What does
You
that say
dig?
mean to you?
That means everything. That means that Devin has done everything that he's supposed to do. Yeah, listen, let me tell you, it's been motherfuckers running from Devin since he was a kid, all up through the amateurs. You dig? So we used to motherfuckers running. Now, but when you talk about running around the world, well, then it's a major accomplishment, sir.
You're always fired up, but
Yeah.
we definitely feeling you today. You feeling fired up after watching that interview.
Well, no, and not after watching the interview, after watching what Devin had been doing this camp, a healthy Devin Haney. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, we listen, his hand was broke during Gamboa. You know what I mean? His hand was broke. We knew it going into it. Sean knew it. You know what I mean? But what you got right now is a healthy Devin Haney, man. And when you got a healthy Devin Haney with the skills and the team that he has assembled around him, you're talking about the best fighter in the world.
Yeah, you've been wanting these fights since last year, Bill. But with what you're seeing in the gym, just how much more is it like? Let's do it. He's ready for any test, any fighter.
Well, I thought that he was backed in the corner. That's what they said. That's what the Lopez has said. That's what the Diaz said. It's always in reverse. You know, it's the hunter doing the hunting in him. Duck season.
What kind of words have you and Teofimo Sr. had as far as like when y'all have interactions? Like, what do y'all? What's the?
I done bought him a drink. I give him gas money if I see him. He got an old Cadillac. Champ bought me a new one. What's next? Next
Because
question.
he almost got, he did get into a fight with Cambosa's dad, but so you just
He
buy him a
knows who to
drink.
fight.
Yeah, that
And
ain't
they say
happening over
everything, let's fight. You dig? Yeah. It's in our DNA. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. How do you feel Devin's maturing as a fighter?
Youngest boss in the game. Inside and outside the ring. We talk about something special.
You weren't here when we brought it up, but Ben Davidson's been saying, he said it at the fights over the weekend. He said
Ben Davidson is right. Whatever he said,
Whatever he
Ben
said, he's
Davidson,
right.
that's my
I asked him, I'm like, obviously Champ just turned 23 last week. Compared to other 23-year-olds, he cut me off. He's like, you don't even gotta continue your question. He's like, hands down, he has potential to be pound for pound number one. He's like, on that Floyd Mayweather.
Ben's right. Okay, there you go.
What has Ben brought to the table? I mean, obviously you being head coach, having brought up Devin, but what has he been able to bring to the team and contribute to Devin's camp?
Boys bring a wealth of different things, you know, and the one thing that I know with the American style and the UK, the European style coming together and meshing together, what you have is a world talent. And so everything that we've got here nationally, right here in the US with all the trainers that we did, Ben was a blessing to come over with his point of view, or the way he looked at it. And you know what I mean? It's just been great.
What do you feel like the most misunderstood thing about Devin Haney?
I don't think it's anything misunderstood. I think it's some hoodwink, some bamboozling going on. You know what I mean? Some counterproductive acts that boxing shouldn't have. And you guys need to call it on it because y'all know, y'all smart as hell. I see handsome brothers looking good, just on top of their game, going for bullshit. Now, if you take our time and come down here, then when you get over there, you know, you ask the same questions. Because Devin's game has been an open book. He's the first guy that showed his thing all the way from Mexico on YouTube.
Bill, I feel like I know you've seen it because you've brought it up to a number of occasions. When the media does go over there, right, it seems like, oh, we're some haters, we're some dick riders, we're this, that, and the
You
third.
guys are the blueprint to success. Anything that you say and you don't say, guys like Devin, they pay attention or they have someone from their team paying attention, man. We're thankful to you brothers and the sisters out there are doing this, man. Continue what you guys doing. You pioneering a new way of boxing to be covered. All right?
All right. Appreciate you, Bill. All right.
Thought y'all about to fight, man.
All right, man.
You're just passionate.
Let's get it. Champ, you want your music on? Champ, you want your music on? Oh, no music.
Y'all don't hear these cats say, oh, I want to fight Devin Haney, do you? Because they already know it.
It's my man Sam Gordon. This is Mr. Las Vegas.
Got my man Sean Z behind the camera. We're out at the Devin Haney workout. Bone Adams Boxing, December 4th is going down. Another great fight in Vegas. We've had a bunch of them, Sean. We're ending the year with a bang, so it's good to be out here. It's good to be a media day. We're happy to talk to Dev, Bill, and Ben.
In boxing, we appreciate your love that you give for the Review Journal, Sam, because you could be at Raiders practices, Golden Knights practices, and you always find a way to get boxing in there. So thank you, Sam.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you for putting me on the camera, for welcoming me into the boxing media. I've had a great time.
Debut, baby.
Yeah, my FightHype debut. It's a long time coming. It's a pleasure. It's an honor and privilege. Sean Z, one of the best boxing journalists in the game. Love his videos, love his content. He's doing great work along with the rest of the team at FightHype.
Thank you, baby. And we love the hat, man. Marvin Hagler all day.
Rest in peace.
Thanks, brother.
I'm running up, brother.
Uh-oh, I almost got checked by Ben. Uh-oh. Oh, with Tarver and everyone? Hold on.
Super slick. Ring time.
I'm just going.
Anytime you want more defense, it's gonna be Major Hall.
Down to the floor go JoJo. Say no more. Oakland's finest, the Raw House. No more Andre Ward, no more. Half forward pass like Sugar Ray Robinson. Faster than Ricky Henderson.
You know what? I'm gonna go on the other side.
Boss is good looking to keep something cooking. Fast man, hard hitting man, bad man. Hurricane Haney, natural disaster champ. Anthrax play champ. Tracheotomy play champ. Dr. Lord Haney induced and cut loose with no excuse. Big time star at the MGM Grand Garden. That way, that part. Be all we can be as his name is host above the market.
Hey, Dev, what's your favorite workout, man?
Say no more, Christian Dior.
There's those days where you just want to spar, right?
Every day.
Say F the bag, F all that. I just want to fight.
If I could spar every day, yeah, I would do that.
Devin, do you have something outside of boxing? I mean, when we see Canelo like with the golf to kind of get away from boxing, I know you like to hit the basketball courts. Is that like your relaxing thing
I like
to do?
food. I be bowling a lot too now. I'm good at bowling.
Did I hear bowling?
Yeah. Now, listen, I ain't fuck with you though.
Hey, your big brother.
Yeah, my brother.
Yeah, your brother's the bowler, right? Yeah.
He like that. He likes that.
Ain't nobody bowling like
190s like nothing.
That's relaxing right there. When we go bowling 200, go.
130. I do like a 130, 140.
Should get a 180.
Bowling 300.
I roll a 180 sometimes.
Did I hear bowling? Did I hear something?
I done rolled a 200.
Devin's brother is very good at bowling.
My bag is outside right now.
Corley too? Chop chop?
I got 2 balls now.
Hey, Dev, video games too, right?
Why you don't be on the Call of Duty?
Halo. Hey, nerd, I'm with the nerdy shit. We play Halo.
Warzone is where it's at.
I know it is, but we're just gonna stick with Halo.
You see the thing up there. You see the immaculate one. And on December 4th, we're going to have an extravaganza. Some of you subjects won't be able to stay.
It's my fast something real quick. I was gonna ask you something. Bill, as a father, when your son, your fighter, is looking as good as Devin does in the gym, does it bring you some relief? Because this is such a dangerous sport.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Absolutely. That's why I'm saying a healthy Devin, a confident team. We have a whole when he's healthy. And I'm sure that with any team, any athlete, you experience the same thing. You know what I mean? It's what you call a sense of relief. The work is put in, there's no injuries, and it's time to go.
And lastly, too, Bill, it feels like you keep your boxing intellect really on the low. I've tried to even talk to you about it a few times. It's almost like you don't want people to know that you really are a hell of a boxing trainer.
Oh, listen, if your job depended on it, as much as I feel that my job depends on my studying, right? You would do as much as well. You know what I mean? And it's not so much as what I know, as to how he performs, right? So I kind of morph into what I need to morph into to help him further, to get further.
But it's crazy because you didn't have to fight professionally or amateurs to get in. Sometimes that's the case.
East Oakland, California, Sidewalk University.
There you go.
He is the top lightweight kingpin in the world on the planet. And get your camera lens right, because he's super fast, you dig, and he in his own class. GFP with Lopez, Richard Comey, yes sir, we kicked off in your ass. And the one that can't think, the thug can't. Lord Devin Haney speaks so blind, make him look like a clown in the world before the like can't think. We come to do it and we come to do it live. Extravaganza. Boxing phenom, let his will be done. The only one that shines. Speed is blind. Have fun like Ray Robinson. Top choice.
I was just thinking. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir. Great Eddie Hearn told Lord Devin Haney in his turn. Bill Haney on the phone, negotiating all alone. Teofimo running with the belts because he know Devin Haney gonna strip him and take his weapon. That part that way.
Put him in the freeze.
You know what it is. There's only one that can stand at the top. You did. Cristal shot. He bigger than all call. He the one that ball. Never in a hurry like Stephon Curry from the Bay Area can be mean like Trayvon Green. You watching him. Greatness within itself. But we got that WBC belt on the shelf. Yeah, we protect it. There's a new glory and a new story. There's no more Andre Ward, Lord Devin Haney, Michael McCord. He told him and Floyd Mayweather, and we gonna do DHP whatever.
That's
I said that. Dane from Oakland got that man from English. Opponents ain't nothing to be said here. We got the great man Davis. It's an H-A-N-E white thing. You reign kings. You the boss who's pretty vanilla.
Talk beer!
Allahu Akbar!
Talk beer!
Allahu Akbar!
Talk beer!
Allahu Akbar! Who do believe in that shaitan Rajim? Lord Devin Haney, these show. Lord Devin Haney, the boss. Lord Devin Haney, the overseer. Lord Devin Haney, the authoritarian. Lord Devin Haney is highness. Lord Devin Haney is royal. Ain't nobody fighting final headline on the marquee. Being all we can be with Lord Devin Haney. Best lightweight sensation since the great Floyd Patterson.
Excuse me.
Handsome waves in your hair and count the presidents that's dead. Live, groovy, stand above with the great Indian love. Chick of your choice. Make them hear my voice. That part that way. Multi-million-dollar, $500 million. Bob Arum is Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn. Tracina don't want to dance with the king. Make every excuse it is. Tracina Lopez and Jennifer's sister.
Okay, all right. Tracina. Amen.
December 4th, they get the opportunity to see the sensation. December 4th, they get the opportunity to see one of the wonders of the world. December 4th, they get the opportunity to see something that's faster than the Concorde. Lightning speed. Handcuffed lightning, understand me, run through mountains. God in Rolls Royce and got fountains. Talking about Lord Devin Haney. That Rolex on his wrist, you monkeys can't miss. All the way live, Paul Bailey. Placed and set on him when we place our bet because he pushed that Corvette.
No Diaz.
There'll be no Diaz. Only Lord Devin Haney on December 4th will be pleasing. Tracheotomy business, chest tube play, catheter play, Dr. Lord Haney. Swiss movie, Jack.
We're going to get Kevin Henry on the pads. Okay.
Skeleton play. Balenciaga play. Big time style Balenciaga.
Working at 9. Working at 9.
We like it, Eddie Hearn.
Devin, don't go too fast, man. We need our cameras to catch it now.
You don't have the proper lens. I told you already.
I see you, Kev. Come on, Kev. Heat it up. Heat it up. Kevin Henry, just in the game.
William Haney shotgun. Let that ain't play. William Haney shotgun. Out to his Rolls Royce. All getting up. Crazy be the devil. Crazy be the devil.
Gunshot.
Speed! Zero time. Zero dollars. That's what it's like. Yes, sir. All right. Jake Rattle will roll right for. Big time keep this out. Thanks for what? Beautiful. That's it, sir. Live a quick all right. Good ball. Good ball. There you go. Ain't no home, we beat them all up. Lopez, Garcia, and Coney. Gangster play. Speed! Lightweight balls. Lightweight king. That's it. Back on them. There you go, champ.
Great trade, yeah.
All night long.
Yeah.
Big Roby champion.
That's enough. We gonna get y'all the rest on December 4th. Make sure y'all.
Haney time! Haney time! Tell JoJo Diaz his ass. No Diaz.
That's what he said.
Tell JoJo Diaz.
The rest you gonna get on December the 4th.
Hold on, he will fall. And he gonna get beat up.
No Diaz.
Next part. You heard what I said about JoJo Diaz. This camera to the left, understand me, Lord Devin Haney gonna make him be blessed. And he ain't gonna pass the test. Ambulance play, nigga. Tracheotomy, nigga. Chest tube on his bitch ass. This camera. Sick and tired of him running with them belts and hiding. Nauseous father, drunk. Disgrace to
Real over
boxing.
here. This shit ain't nothing fake over here.
Yeah,
This shit is
disgrace
real.
to boxing. Champ gonna take them belts from Tracino. Yeah, he gonna strip him from the belts. His slave Bondini telling me. Champ wants them belts. He talking about it over. He's always saying we're talking about them. He say they don't fight it, we gonna have to move
December
on.
4th, y'all won't hear, and still.
Lopez, till homo. Bill Haney, the best manager on the planet.
Y'all good enough? Y'all back for more?
Publicity is good publicity.
They telling the truth over here.
Hey, Dev.
They know what it is.
Dev, can I just get your thoughts on the Canelo move to cruiserweight?
I think it's good. I think it's good for boxing. He's testing himself. He's going up another weight class. Because he won a belt at 175, right?
Yeah. Yep. WBO.
He going up to cruiserweight. You got to respect it. Anybody that say anything different, they hate it.
First 5-division champ from Mexico. Is he the best Mexican fighter you've seen, or do you have another guy you still maybe?
I think so. I think he is.
And just lastly on Canelo, man, it seems like a lot of people want that Benavidez fight, or what do you think? Is that the best fight out there, you think?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's never going to be enough. Like I said earlier, you know, I like Benavidez. Benavidez my boy, so I'm not going to say, oh, if he beat Benavidez, but if he beat the next person that they say, then they're going to say, oh, they want to see him against this person. So it's always going to be somebody. He tests himself, he's going up to cruiserweight. He may come back down and still fight Benavidez or whoever it is. But you got to respect it. And man, what did he turn pro at? Oh, wait.
147.
47 to 200. Come on, you can't do nothing but respect it.
And isn't some of that, some of it is people never being satisfied, which is wrong. But isn't some of it too, when you're the best fighter, people just excited to see you take on the best challenge after the best challenge, you know?
Yeah, but I agree with that. But it's like, they basically saying that he's running from different fighters, which, I mean, he's testing himself. His resume speaks for itself.
You ever seen the caddies fighting?
No. Oh, I have. He was at Mayweather Gym for a minute. He was training at Mayweather Gym. Yeah, I seen him spar.
Did he have something? Did he look good?
I don't remember that well.
So it wasn't that memorable then. No, thank you.
Is that kind of like what you're going through, Devin, as far as like the criticism and how you said you had to come to the realization, like no matter what I do, there's always going to be critics. People are never going to be happy with, what I accomplish.
Yeah, it's just boxing. It's just boxing. They're always gonna say something. But at the end of the day, you just gotta keep beating whoever they put in front of you, and then you go from there.
Dad, can you give us the story on the tattoo on your leg of your father?
Oh, I don't know. I just was in the mood. And,
No, say move your hands so we can.
Yeah, I was just in the mood and to get a tat. And I told my dad I was gonna get a tattoo of him. I don't even think that he even remembers the day when I told him that. And so this is what happened. I got this tattoo.
You got somebody walking you out by any chance?
Yeah. I got somebody walking me out. Y'all gonna see. Tune in.
Are you still working with Dapper Dan for your ring?
No. Dapper Dan, no, I'm not working with him. Which, like, it didn't end bad or nothing like that, but somebody else is doing my fit this fight.
And this the last time you fought there was, what was it, Pacquiao-Bradley undercard?
Yeah, I think it was my third fight. My third fight is last
You were
time.
what, 17, 18?
Yeah, 17.
Your fourth fight.
Fourth fight, yeah. Yeah, that was my last time at the MGM. And so I can't wait to go back. Like, this is crazy. Like, at first this fight was supposed to be at the Mandalay Bay at first.
Right.
And then they surprised with the MGM, so it's big.
That's your favorite arena? MGM Grand Garden?
Yeah, it's one of them. I like T-Mobile Arena too. Staples Center was lit. I would love to fight at MSG one day.
Have you been to a Raiders game by any chance yet?
Nah, I haven't been to no Raiders games.
The only reason I asked because drove past it the other day, and there was a couple media people in the car with me, and they're like, "Yo, a fight with like Devin and Tank or like Devin and Tio, like especially Devin and Tank, that'd be a perfect spot for that."
That'd be huge. That'd be huge.
50,000 plus in there.
50,000.
You know what I'm saying? I think it fits like 65, but
damn.
But a fight between you and Tank would easily do 50,000 plus.
And what's MGM hold? 18,000, something like that?
16.5. But you're a Patrick Mahomes fan, so you don't really love the Raiders like that, do you, Devin?
Oh, nah. I mean, I like Patrick Mahomes. I like Patrick Mahomes because he's just young. But my favorite is Brady. Always been a Brady fan.
Why is that? The winner mentality?
Yeah, he's just like, I love like how like whatever happened with the Patriots and then he went over to the Bucks and got another ring. You gotta respect it. You just have to.
He's a dog.
Fucking dog. And I hope he get another one this year and retire.
Devin,
but I think he has 2 more seasons with him.
This is his last one.
His last one, yeah. I hope he gets one and retire.
Devin, why do you feel what about you do you feel connects with the people? We see, a lot of artists, a lot of athletes, connect with you. They'll come out for your fights, show you a lot of love and support.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? What is it about you that you feel connects with the people outside of boxing?
I don't know, to be honest. I can't even tell you like a specific thing or nothing like that. I don't know. I just think it's social media, really. I think like most of the time they just hit me up on social media, and that's how like we connect.
You've been popping up on them shade room type of posts and stuff.
It's because he's the best. That's why everybody wants to be associated with the best. He's the best in the game. He's modest.
For the right reasons. Hey, champ.
You ain't gotta say too much.
You were in camp obviously for your birthday this year. I was talking to Little. He mentioned, obviously since you were in camp for this fight, haven't been in camp for your birthday in a few years. Got a trip, a big trip planned maybe?
Yeah, I mean, of course, I worked hard. I've been in camp for a while now, so I want to treat myself with, somewhere, but at the end of the day, my main focus right now is December 4th. And, we got to get the job done then. And then, might have 10 trips after that. But, the main focus is going in there, winning, and looking good doing it.
Hey, Devin, how much fun is it, at a high level, whipping someone's ass?
Oh, I mean, that's the best. I mean, it's the best, whooping them at a high level. This is what you train for. This is what, like, the moments that you pray for. And that's what, on December 4th, I will show everything that I'm made of, everything that I prayed for, everything that, I'm bringing to the table. JoJo Diaz can say what he's going to do. Nobody really believes it. And I will show him. I will, show him that I'm the best.
Think afterwards it'll be all good?
I'm not sure.
Or care?
You can never. Yeah, I don't care. And 2, you can't tell nobody how to take a loss, how to take an L. Everybody feel how they feel. He gonna feel how he feel, and we're going on to the next.
You're not looking too drained at all. About
Yeah.
8 days from. Are you making weight easier this fight than before?
You know, like at this point, it's always easy. It be the last couple pounds that are hard. But this training camp, I am ahead of schedule than I was my last training camp.
And the last one against Linares, you looked a lot happier fight week, a lot more comfortable fight week. So that's saying a lot for you as an
From the bubble to now is much easier, obviously, because we couldn't even run outside. It was like so many rules that we had to follow in the bubble. So it's easier than that for sure.
Last question for me. I saw your tweet about, you said he got a black eye in sparring. You got some intel on that, or what happened with that?
I mean, I think we just all seen it. That's it. I don't really know what happened. But if your sparring partners is giving you black eyes with 14-ounce gloves, yeah.
How often do fighters know what's going on in the other guy's camp?
I don't know, to be honest. I've never been like the type to try to like spy on a guy or like try to figure out what's going on in his camp or nothing like that. At the end of the day, we meet up on fight night, and the best man gonna win.
Yeah, I know that was big back in the days, I guess. But
really, yeah. I never really been like big on that, or I don't really even know too much about that.
Right, Daryl? Back in the days, that was a big.
Yeah, that was back in the day.
Thanks, Devin. Thanks, champ.
Y'all take care.
Appreciate you.
Team Haney.
Hey, Jono, can I ask you something just real quick while you're jumping? Is that all right?
While I'm jumping?
Huh?
While I'm skipping?
Is that okay? Or is
I
that...
just stop it.
Oh, okay, thank you.
No problem.
Didn't want to interrupt your workout.
No worries.
All right, man. FightHype.com. Here with Jono Carroll, man. Jono, just got to ask you, you had over 30 professional fights, fought some tough customers. How good is Devin Haney when you work with him?
He's amazing, to be honest, pal. He's actually better than I thought he was. You know, when you watch him on TV, people, they seem good. Obviously, his ring IQ was very, very good, and his length was good. But when I was actually in the ring with him, his power was better than I thought it was going to be. His speed as well, and his distance, his timing. He's a very good athlete. Mm-hmm. He's going to be a problem for anybody at 135 pounds. After sharing the ring with him, kind of what Sean Porter said about Bud Crawford is he's different. You know what I mean? He's different, bro. He's it's shocking to think that he's only 23. It's mad to think that he's only 23 because he got such a big career, long career ahead of him. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to seeing his progress, and I hope he gets these big fights that he's calling for, because I didn't know who was ducking who, but when you're in the camp, and it's like, nah, like listen, we've tried to make this fight, we've tried to make that fight, and it's not happening. You can see that he's a hungry lion, and he wants all them titles. So I hope he gets the fights that he's asking for.
Is this, I don't mean to get ahead of myself with it, Jono, but is this the best kid you've been in the ring with ever?
Yeah.
Wow.
I've been in the ring sparring Tevin Farmer, done numerous rounds with Tevin Farmer. I obviously fought Tevin Farmer as well. And he was the next best thing to world level. I was in with Scott Quigg, but Scott Quigg was always a tough fighter, and I knew I'd have a better boxing speed and IQ than Scott Quigg, because he was always a come forward pressure fighter. One thing what I'll say about Devin is he can box on the inside, he can box at distance, mid-range. He kind of has the whole package. I remember my dad saying when I was young, you don't have to be excellent or amazing at one thing, just be good at everything, and then you don't really have many holes. There's not many things that people will be able to expose. And being in here sparring with him, I've took different approaches in different sparring. Like, you know what I mean? Different sparring days. I've tried different styles. The Mike Tyson stand-ups, walking them down. I walked them down plenty of times, like in different ways, and I'm good at walking people down. But he seems to adjust very well, and he seems to be able to adapt no matter what way, what style that you kind of bring at him. You're like, motherfucker, when are you going to quit? Like, just let me catch it, you know what I mean? Don't be wrong, some back and forth. It's been some amazing sparring, but sparring that I've really enjoyed, and things that on his game that I've been able to like almost take and say, I'm going to try that, I'm going to use that in my own game. You know what I mean? Right. It's been a pleasure.
You sound excited.
I'm excited to be here.
Working with that level.
Right. I'm excited to be here because it's been a great experience for me. And look, I'm 29. I'm not at the end of my career, but like I'm hitting my peak. But at the same time, to think that this kid is only 23, And when I say a kid, he is a kid, really, but he's very mature when he's in the ring. And he got man strength. It's crazy.
Well, you're catching him right as he's getting it.
Right as he's about to form, but at the same time, I'm fighting December 11th in Dubai on the Pabellum card my own self. So I'm only fighting 1 week after he's fighting, so I'm quite fit myself.
Right.
So it's not like I have the excuse, oh, I'm not fit or I'm not. Like I remember sparring Terry Flanagan, when Terry was defending his world title, lightweight as well, 135 pounds, and I was kind of at the start of my career, but I wasn't used to doing 8 rounds. I wasn't used to doing many rounds, and they were getting me to do 8 rounds, and I was able to hang with him no problem. And even this kid is 23, and he's a much better technician than even what Terry. And I like Terry Flanagan. I thought he was a great boxer.
Yeah.
But this kid at 23 just has so much more to his game than what Terry did. Terry done what he done good. He done very well, but he had other parts that you could expose. One thing with Devin, it's very hard to find things to expose.
It says a lot coming from a fighter like you with your experience to give him that high praise. Do you think he stops Diaz, Jono?
It depends what approach Diaz takes.
Right.
It definitely depends what approach Diaz takes.
If he keeps coming and coming, then.
If he keeps coming and coming, and he does it recklessly, he'll get caught with a lot of silly shots. Because Devin's camp wants me to come in and put pressure on him straight away. So I've only been doing like say 3 rounds or 4 rounds, intense. And I try and when I fought Devin Farmer, I try and the 3rd highest punches in title history. I'm fit, I'm always game, I'm tough as nails, I'll keep coming. If you want me to do that work, I'll do that work. Doesn't matter what you hit me with, I'm gonna keep coming forward. So the fact that they were getting me to do 2, 3s and 4s, push him as hard as you can, and then out someone else in, you have a rest, and back in for another 3 or 4. I'm fresh going in there every time. And the pressure doesn't seem to get to him really. Even though I'm putting the pressure on, he's able to handle it. So I think if JoJo rushes in, he's going to get caught with a few silly shots, and he could hurt himself. He could get hurt. Whereas if he does it smart, I don't think he'll get stopped if he does it smart. But if he rushes in, thinking I'm just going to dog this kid, because that's what he said he was going to do. If he goes in and he starts just kind of throwing caution to the wind and just trying to catch him with silly shots, he'll get clipped with 1 or 2 big ones himself.
And lastly, Jono, what can we expect from you on the Pro Bellum card that you mentioned earlier, December 11th?
I'm going to be at my best, because you cannot pay for sparring like Devin Haney. You know, someone that, where I'm at in my career, you cannot pay for this sparring, because he's always either in camp for his own fights. So for me, I'm getting world-class sparring. And the last time I had world-class sparring was when I went out and sparred Devin Farmer. And when I came back from that, I fought Scott Quigg and stopped Scott Quigg in the 11th round. You know what I mean? Whereas less than a year before that, he gave Valdez a broken jaw and he couldn't stop him. Valdez couldn't stop him. And I stopped him in the 11th round. You know what I mean? So when I get that world-class sparring, I only level up. I'm that type of fighter. It's like if I'm against someone poor, I'll box poor. If I'm against someone great, I'll box great. So me being in here, I've had to up my game. I've had to be on point. Because one thing what I'll say about Devin, if you're not on point, he'll catch you with a stupid shot. And it'll hurt. You know what I mean? So you have to be thinking constantly. So one thing what I'll say about my show in December the 11th is I'm going to be ready. I'm going to be more than ready to put on a masterclass. I just feel like I'm in a great space, physically, mentally, everything. And we're getting this extra little experience in. It's just going to have me on point. I'm looking forward to my own career, because next year I'm sure I'm going to win a world title. Especially with all this behind me, this experience, it's set me up perfect for my own future.
Thanks so much, Jono, and you are definitely living proof of the fighting Irish, brother.
Thank you. I appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate
Have
it,
a great day.
you
God bless.
too. Thanks, Jono. Good luck on December 11th.
Thank you.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it, man.
How you doing so far? You good?
Everything good?
Yeah, everything's great. I'm learning all kinds of stuff today. Apparently, Bill Haney watches the channel a lot.
Huh?
Apparently, Bill Haney watches.
There you go.
A lot more than I think. He's
There you
telling
go.
me things that you don't even know if you watch them.
Right. He watches everything. Bill's on it.
He's really on it, because he's like,
Mickey, man, just last words before you get out of here, man. What's about to be for JoJo Diaz?
Listen, man, everybody better tune in. This shit gonna look like a horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
Just all I'm hoping, though. I'm just hoping after this fight, Dave don't scare these opponents off. You know, because, I mean, he just getting, I mean, you seen him. And that was, believe me, that was mild. That was, you know, so.
That was something different I saw 2 days ago.
Man, listen,
That was a new animal.
I'll put it to you like
That
this.
was a new monster.
In the first round, JoJo.
I'm not bullshit.
Now JoJo got a lot of hurt. He a dog, but he gonna know he ain't gonna win after 1-2 round. In his mind, he gonna be like, damn, this dude's just too good. He a lot better than I thought.
I saw that from Lipinets against Boots.
Yeah, sometimes
Lipinets
just,
like Joe, tough customer.
yeah, it's like, oh man, I thought this, and that's what I think with JoJo. These dudes get in with Devin, and it's different than they thought. But now Devin is getting he's still real young, but he's getting a little older to where he's starting to develop. He getting dangerous. I mean, I see another Sugar Ray Leonard type of demolitions coming on.
And just lastly, Mick, you feel like, some people they jump off a little bit. You feel like this is the fight where everyone opens their eyes again.
Oh, this the one. After this, they gonna. Here go the beautiful thing. Now this beautiful. All boxing fans should be praying to the boxing, thanking the boxing guys for this. You got Teofimo and Kambosos fighting this weekend. Next week, you got not only Devin, but you got Tank the next day. So you get to get a great fight from Devin, go to sleep, wake up, then you got Tank. I mean, within 2 weeks, you got all the best fighters at lightweight fighting. You see Dev on it. He don't make no mistake about calling dudes out. I mean, he won these dudes in 2022, and those are the biggest fights to me in boxing. Other than a couple other fights, those are the biggest fights in boxing.
I'm with you, brother. So thank you, Mickey, man.
Yeah, anytime.
And we know Tevin Farmer will be getting that smoke too one day.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
That's gonna be a fight with so much speed and intelligence.
It's gonna be some shit.
Yeah.
Tell them, tell them we gonna be ready for the fight.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Well, the day is now over. If you would like to take the person you're interviewing outside, the champ has to work.
All right, we out.
Yeah, I wanted to finish talking shit about Tevin.
Interviewing outside, it's time for champ to work.
All right, you heard them, y'all. You heard them. That's how that goes. I'll see you, Kev. Take care, brother. Huh? Oh, no, let's go outside. Let's go outside, Kev.
Everyone's got to go.
Yeah, well, hold on. It looks like we got one more, fans. Hold on, Kev. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? You're on live. What do you mean I don't interview Kevin Henry no more?
Yeah, this the great Kevin Henry, man. Look,
Nothing great
we
about
don't
it.
work. We don't work with, everybody in the camp, man. He know that game. He done been around. The same. He got a lot of knowledge. He was a good fighter himself. He done been around the Ali's, the Ray Leonards, the Hearns, and all of that. So it ain't no mistake about the game that we got in this camp. He
Number one team right here, Team Haney.
100%.
Real talk, he comes from boxing royalty. His father.
And you mentioned Tevin. Listen, man, Tevin, be ready. Don't go running and hiding.
That's right.
We want to smoke
I'm from
right
Philly.
away.
I'm from Philly, so I know where to come find you.
Yeah. So, we want that. He a dog. I don't think he gonna back out or get scared.
He gonna be a man. He gonna be a man to take this whooping.
He a dog. He could fight, but hey, we coming for you though. Early 2022.
Well, you're doing the training.
What you say, Sean?
Well, you've been doing the training lately, so who's going to train you for this fight? Kev?
Yeah. Well, he's been in the game. He knows what to do.
Right.
I'm just glad to be able to give him a little bit of assistance. He don't need but a little bit. Mickey knows how to fight. He's been there with everybody. He's been there and done that. So I just try to bring out the best in Mickey Bay, and that's what's going to happen. But Mickey's Mickey. He's going to do. And I'm glad I got an opportunity to work with Mickey.
And Kev, Mickey, you guys, how you went back to the Leonard days and the 80s. Do you see from Devin this camp? He got more of that 80s mentality.
Most definitely.
Yeah. In what ways? How was
a lot of ways. I mean, just the way Devin grinded and stayed so focused with a lot of attention with Teofimo and everything going on. He's really blacked all that out and